I'm Alder Santos, and welcome to our channel, Legends of Baseball. David Cone was not just one of the most talented pitchers in Major League Baseball history. He was a master of strategy, a true tactician on the mound. While many pitchers are remembered for their raw strength or pitch speed, Cone stood out for something much rarer and more valuable: his sharp mind and ability to manipulate the game in a way that few athletes can. Throughout his career, he became an almost enigmatic figure to his opponents, always one step ahead, anticipating what would come next in every play, transforming the mound into a stage of pure intelligence and control. But what truly made Cone unique? What was the secret behind his success? His journey was not just marked by impressive victories, but by an unrelenting pursuit of perfection, not just physically, but mentally. Cone knew that baseball was not only a fast-paced sport, but also one of patience, study, and adaptation. His mastery of the game extended to every detail, from how he studied hitters to how he adjusted his pitches in real time. One of the greatest feats of his career, the perfect game pitched in 1999, was a clear example of his ability to make everything come together at a crucial moment. But what led to this achievement? How did he gain the necessary confidence to face each pitch with such precision? Watch this video to the end to discover the secrets behind David Cone's career, the pitcher who turned baseball into a strategic art. Don't miss the chance to understand how he achieved unforgettable feats and inspired generations. Leave your opinion in the comments and share what impressed you most about the journey of this sports legend. On the field, Cone was a quiet leader, a mentor who knew how to inspire and guide his teammates, especially the younger ones. Off the field, he became a respected voice, offering deep insights into the game and helping shape the understanding of baseball for both fans and players. His career extended beyond the game, reflecting his dedication to transforming baseball into something more than just a pastime, but an art and a science. Get ready to learn the story of David Cone, a pitcher who not only conquered the field, but also left an indelible mark on the culture of baseball. David Cone, one of the most respected figures in baseball, was born on January 2nd, 1963, in Kansas City, Missouri. From a young age, Cone showed exceptional talent for the sport. His journey in baseball was not just marked by his skill on the mound, but also by his tactical intelligence, determination, and the way he stood out in the most challenging situations. Throughout his career, Cone proved to be one of the most well-rounded pitchers of his generation, earning not only important titles, but also the respect of his peers and opponents for his competence and strategic mindset. Cone began his professional journey in 1986 when he was selected by the Kansas City Royals, his original team, in the MLB draft. It was with the Royals that Cone made his MLB debut in 1986, but it was during his time with the New York Mets, starting in 1987, that he truly began to shine. He stood out with a precise and consistent pitching style, quickly earning the trust of his team. Cone established himself as a key piece in the Mets rotation, but his great rise came when he was traded to the Toronto Blue Jays in 1992, where he helped lead the team to the World Series title that year. The main characteristic of David Cone was his ability to control the game with his mind, more than just with his physical ability. He had one of the sharpest strategic minds on the mound. Cone knew exactly how to exploit hitters' weaknesses and rarely let his emotions take over on the field. His mental preparation and ability to adapt to different game situations made him one of the most reliable pitchers in the league. His confidence in his mechanics and his vision of the game made him a true master of the art of pitching, someone who could decide the fate of a game with a simple adjustment in his strategy. But it wasn't just his sharp mind that made Cone special. He had enviable physical ability, with a repertoire of pitches that included fastballs, sliders, curves, and even a changeup. The combination of his precise control, pitch speed, and ability to vary his pitches made him extremely difficult to hit. Over the course of his career, Cone earned 194 wins and more than 2,600 strikeouts, numbers that reflect his consistency and ability to keep hitters under control. David Cone also stood out for his winning mentality and ability to perform under pressure. This was especially evident in 1999 when he played for the New York Yankees and helped the team win the World Series championship. His career with the Yankees was marked by several memorable moments, including a perfect game against the Montreal Expos in 1999, a rare feat that cemented his legend in baseball. Cone's performance in the most crucial stages of the championship was on another level, and he always demonstrated an impressive calmness, even in the most tense situations. After retiring as a player in 2003, Cone pursued a career as a baseball commentator, and his analytical view of the game continued to influence both fans and professionals in the sport. He also remained active in philanthropic initiatives and continued to be a respected figure in baseball. Looking back at his career, it's impossible to deny the impact that David Cone had on the sport. He was a legend, not just for his victories and individual feats, but also for his unique approach to the game. He wasn't just a pitcher. He was a true strategist, a master of both mind and body, and an example of how baseball is a game of details and smart decisions. The longevity of David Cone's career was also impressive. Although he faced injuries during his journey, he was able to recover and reinvent himself over the years, something few athletes can do so successfully. In a sport like baseball, where physicality can falter after repeated workloads, Cone's ability to adapt over time and evolve his approach was one of his greatest virtues. He didn't limit himself to simply throwing pitches. He constantly analyzed his own performance and that of his opponents, adjusting to remain competitive. This allowed his career to extend for over 17 seasons in MLB, something few pitchers manage, especially at such a high level. In addition, Cone's leadership on the field was crucial for his teams. Even on teams with stars like the New York Yankees from 1996 to 2000, he stood out as a voice of authority in the clubhouse. His role as a mentor and advisor to younger players, along with his invaluable experience, made him not just a standout pitcher, but also a natural leader within the team. His presence was key to the team's morale, and he always knew how to elevate the game of his teammates, whether by sharing technical tips or inspiring confidence in critical moments. This collaborative mindset and exemplary behavior directly contributed to the collective success of the teams he played for. The perfect game Cone pitched in 1999 is undoubtedly one of the greatest feats of his career. On that historic night against the Montreal Expos, he became the 16th pitcher in MLB history to achieve a perfect game. And accomplishing such a feat was not only a reflection of his technical skill, but also of the mental control he maintained over the game. For many, that moment solidified his status as a baseball legend. Additionally, Cone's perfect game is remembered for its greatness within the context of a winning team, which further added prestige to his career. He showed that with the right combination of mental and physical preparation, even the most difficult moments can be turned into eternal achievements. Another aspect that deserves attention in his career was his ability to reinvent himself on different teams. Cone played for several franchises throughout his career, including the Kansas City Royals, Toronto Blue Jays, New York Mets, New York Yankees, Boston Red Sox, and finally, the Chicago White Sox. In each of these teams, he brought his own identity, adjusting his playing style according to the team's needs, but always maintaining the solid base of his competitive mentality. This reflected his flexibility and ability to adapt not only to his own body, but also to the playing style and philosophy of different organizations. This level of adaptation is one of the reasons his career was so long-lasting and successful. David Cone also stood out off the field. using his platform to speak about the importance of mental health in sports. He was one of the first public figures in baseball to address issues such as mental pressure, anxiety, and stress that accompany the life of an elite athlete. He openly spoke about the need for emotional balance and how it directly affected his performance. This honesty and willingness to discuss such delicate matters helped break taboos in the sport and influenced many generations of players who came after him. He showed that to be successful, one must be prepared both mentally and physically. In retrospect, David Cone is not only remembered for the numbers he achieved, but for how he redefined the pitcher position in MLB. He was not only one of the best pitchers of his generation, but also one of the smartest and most strategic. His ability to control the mental aspects of the game, his unwavering determination, and his exemplary leadership secured his place among the greatest baseball legends. While his career was marked by great individual achievements such as the perfect game and multiple championships, it is his unique approach to the sport, where every pitch is a mental play, that truly distinguishes him. David Cone is undoubtedly a baseball legend who will continue to inspire both players and fans for generations to come. In addition to his impressive career as a player, David Cone's transition to baseball commentator was also successful and natural. After his retirement, he immersed himself in the world of sports media, offering valuable insights as a baseball analyst for television, particularly as a commentator for ESPN. Cone brought his mound experience, not only as a former player, but also with a unique perspective of someone who understood the game's nuances deeply. His ability to analyze plays, perceive strategies, and even anticipate decisions made by players and coaches was highly appreciated. His voice became one of the most respected in baseball broadcasts, and fans came to rely on his detailed and insightful analysis to understand the game on a deeper level. Cone was also known for his commitment to teaching baseball. He frequently held clinics and meetups with young players, sharing his wisdom and experience with new generations. His teaching style was based on the same philosophy that led him to success in his career: the importance of understanding the game, mental control, and preparation. He was always an advocate for baseball requiring a strong, strategic mindset more than any other sport. Cone believed every pitch was an opportunity to control the game and manipulate situations in his favor, something he not only practiced but also enthusiastically passed on to young, aspiring pitchers. Beyond his impact on the field, Cone was also an active figure in social causes. He used his fame to support various philanthropic organizations and community projects. Some of his favorite causes included initiatives to fight cancer, reflecting his desire to help those facing difficult challenges, just as he had in his own career. Cone was not just a baseball player. He was an engaged member of his community, willing to use his platform to make a difference in the world beyond the stadiums. This altruistic side of his personality further solidified his legacy as an upstanding individual, in addition to being a great athlete. Cone's career, therefore, is a story of excellence not only in the sport but also beyond it. His impact on baseball goes beyond numbers, statistics, and trophies. He is an example of how the combination of talent, intelligence, and a continual commitment to personal development can lead to a successful career and a lasting legacy. For many, he represented the epitome of what it means to be a true professional in baseball. Someone who knows the game deeply, who can perform at the highest level, and who cares about leaving a legacy both on and off the field. When we think of baseball history, names like Babe Ruth, Jackie Robinson, and Ted Williams come to mind. However, figures like David Cone, who may not have the same global notoriety, have a profound impact on the sport and the way it is played. He is a model of how athletes can be more than just the icons of their eras, being also agents of change, educators, and advocates for good causes. The way he approached the game, his tireless work ethic, his leadership on and off the field, and his impact as a post-career commentator make him a true legend. Not just a baseball star, but a figure who transcended the sport and inspired thousands of people to achieve excellence in their own lives. David Cohn's story is one of perseverance, intelligence, and innovation within baseball. He wasn't just a skilled pitcher. He was also a strategist, a leader, and a person who cared about passing on his knowledge to future generations. He is an example that in baseball, as in life, success doesn't come just from technical skill, but also from the ability to think, adapt, and constantly grow. Today, as we look back on Cohn's journey, we celebrate not only his victories, but also the legacy of his winning mindset, which will continue to influence the game for many years. The importance of David Cohn in baseball can also be seen in his influence on the evolution of the pitcher position. In the 1990s, pitchers were becoming increasingly specialized, and the concept of the dominant pitcher was redefined. Cohn, with his incredible ability to vary pitches, understand the mechanics of the game, and manipulate batters, helped demonstrate that strategy and control were just as important as raw power. He wasn't the type of pitcher who relied solely on speed. He used his intelligence to dominate the game. His approach was a paradigm shift for young pitchers of the time, showing that patience and studying the game could be as effective as sheer physical power. Cohn's technique became an example of how to play baseball intelligently, maximizing his own skills and working hard on his mental preparation. Instead of focusing exclusively on becoming the fastest or the strongest, he focused on understanding how the game worked on a deeper level. His ability to evaluate batters and make adjustments in real time was a rare and valuable skill, and many young pitchers consider Cohn an inspiration not only for his statistics, but for his intellectual approach to baseball. Another fascinating aspect of Cohn's career was his emotional resilience. Throughout his career, he went through various difficult moments, including injuries, external pressures, and personal challenges, but he always showed an impressive ability to recover and move forward. His ability to stay calm under pressure and remain focused during crucial moments of the season was one of the main reasons he was so reliable in high-stress situations. For Cohn, baseball wasn't just a physical game, but also a constant mental battle. This emotional strength was reflected in his consistency, which allowed him to excel for so many years at the highest level. Looking at David Cohn's impact on baseball, it is clear that his contribution goes beyond victories and titles. He is a symbol of perseverance, strategic skill, and mental preparation. His career was a journey of learning and adaptation, but also of teaching and inspiration. He not only excelled as a player, but also as a mentor, commentator, and advocate for baseball, helping shape the future of the sport. His legacy as one of the smartest and most complete pitchers in history is unquestionable, and his influence will be felt in future generations of players. The fact that Cohn remains an active presence in the baseball world, whether through his media analysis or his contribution to the development of young talents, shows that his love for the game has never diminished. He always knew that baseball wasn't just about numbers and statistics, but about understanding the heart of the game and conveying that knowledge in a way others could learn and grow. As a result, David Cohn's legacy is not limited to what he did on the field, but also to the impact he had on baseball culture and the generations to come. Today, David Cohn is remembered not only as a baseball legend, but as someone who redefined the role of the pitcher in the modern era. His impact, both on and off the field, continues to influence the game and inspire new generations of players and fans. The story of his career is a testament to the importance of intelligence in sport and the power of adapting and overcoming challenges. David Cohn has undoubtedly left an indelible mark on baseball, and his legacy as a legend of the sport will be remembered for a long time. David Cohn is also an example of how consistency and a strong work ethic can lead to a long and successful career, even in a sport as demanding as baseball. Throughout his career, He was a model of preparation and dedication. Cone wasn't known for simply stepping on the mound and relying on his talent. He knew that success in baseball, especially for a pitcher, required more than just natural ability. It required a daily commitment to training, studying the game, and constantly adapting to the changes that occurred each season. His meticulous approach to training, his drive to improve every aspect of his pitch, and his constant analysis of opponents' performances helped him remain relevant and competitive, even in a league full of new talent. This behavior was also one of the reasons Cone was so respected by his teammates. Younger players saw him as an example of how to be professional both on and off the field. Cone knew that success didn't come just from brilliant moments, but from the constant building of a legacy based on discipline, focus, and humility. He stayed motivated and in shape throughout his career, which allowed him to continue being a pillar of his team, even in the later years of his playing journey. This constant commitment to excellence was one of the trademarks of his career. Additionally, his longevity in the sport also demonstrated his adaptability. Throughout his career, MLB underwent several changes, from new rules and alterations in the way baseball was played to technological advancements in training and physical preparation. Cone adapted to these changes without losing his effectiveness, adjusting his playing style and approach to meet new challenges. His ability to transition through different eras of baseball, adjusting to new trends and overcoming physical obstacles, is a reflection of his resilient character and his capacity to evolve as a player. During his time with the Yankees, Cone also played a key role in establishing a winning culture within the team. He was part of a squad that dominated MLB in the late 1990s and early 2000s, a period of great success for the franchise. Cone helped build a strong foundation on the mound that was crucial to the Yankees' victories, including the famous 1999 World Series title, in which he had a memorable performance. His presence, both as a leader and as one of the team's top pitchers, was essential to the team's success during this era. Cone's experience playing for different franchises throughout his career also gave him a unique perspective on the culture and playing style of various organizations. He knew how to adapt to different environments, working with coaches and players of different mentalities, and helping shape the dynamics of each team. This kind of flexibility is not something all players have, but Cone was always able to maximize his contributions, no matter where he played. Moreover, Cone's longevity and success contributed to him becoming a reference point not only for players, but also for baseball fans who followed his career over the years. How he handled pressure, his ability to perform brilliantly in key moments, and his humility, even after achieving great feats, made him a respected icon. He was always accessible, both to fans and the media, and his charisma off the field helped solidify his popularity. While Cone's golden era in baseball may have passed, his legacy is immortalized not only by his victories and extraordinary achievements, but by the way he transformed the pitcher's position. Baseball constantly evolves, but David Cone's impact on the sport will remain enduring. He is not just remembered for his World Series feats or the perfect game he threw. He is remembered as an example of how a player can positively influence the game, a team's culture, and, ultimately, the legacy of baseball itself. Today, as a commentator and analyst, Cone continues to share his wisdom and lessons with the public, helping the next generation of fans understand the intricacies and nuances of the game. His critical insight into baseball, combined with his vast practical experience, makes him an authoritative voice in the sport. But his influence extends beyond broadcasts and analyses. He is an example of how passion for baseball can transcend the fields and studios, leaving an indelible mark on the history of the game. Thus, as we look back, David Cone's story is one of immense dedication, strategic intelligence, and pure passion for baseball. He was not just a great pitcher. He was a true master of the game, whose ability to think and act under pressure combined with relentless hard work, placed him among the greatest legends in sports. David Cone is not only remembered for his victories, but for his lasting influence on how the game is played and appreciated. He is, without a doubt, a legend who will live on through many generations of players, commentators, and fans. David Cone's relationship with his teammates is also an essential part of his legacy. He was always much more than just a leader on the mound. He was a constant and reliable presence in the clubhouse, willing to support his colleagues and teach younger players. Cone's experience, gained over years of playing for different franchises, gave him a deep understanding of how to motivate and unite a team, especially in moments of pressure. He knew how to make quick adjustments, not only in his own technique, but also in team dynamics, helping foster a spirit of unity. On successful teams like the Yankees, Cone served as the link between veteran players and rookies, and his quiet leadership had a huge impact on several championships. He was the kind of veteran who, without making a fuss, knew exactly when to guide the younger players and also when to motivate the more experienced players to keep their focus and determination. Another aspect that highlights Cone's greatness is his impact on the future mentalities of pitchers. He was not just a pitching artist, but a thinker of the game, and his approach to baseball as a strategic science influenced many pitchers who followed him. His ability to read hitters, understand what they were trying to do at the plate, and anticipate their reactions was something he conveyed with great clarity to young players. He always emphasized the importance of studying and preparing, setting a standard for future generations of pitchers who now dedicate themselves to improving both their physical and mental ability to dominate the game. Cone was a strong advocate that a pitcher should not be seen just as someone who throws balls, but as someone who participates in a chess match against the hitter, where every move must be calculated and executed with precision. David Cone's career is proof that in baseball, intelligence and strategy can be as powerful as physical strength. His ability to read the game, anticipate opponents' actions, and adapt his tactics in real time is a lesson that success comes not just from raw talent, but also from solid mental preparation and a deep understanding of the sport. Cone was not only a brilliant pitcher, he was a thinker who redefined the position and showed the world that baseball, like life, is a game of constant adaptations and choices. His career teaches us that when you master the art of patience and study, there are no limits to what can be achieved. Cone's resilience, in the face of injuries, pressures, and challenging moments, also reveals an important truth. Failure and difficulties are part of the journey of any great athlete or human being. No matter how high you climb, there will always be obstacles, but the ability to overcome those moments, learn from them, and keep striving for excellence is what separates true champions. Throughout his career, Cone never let adversity shake him. On the contrary, he used it as fuel to improve and hone his craft. His story is an inspiration to all those who face challenges, reminding us that it is in persistence that the greatest victories are found. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to the channel for more fascinating content, and activate the bell for notifications. And don't forget to leave your comment. Finally, David Cone's legacy goes far beyond statistics and trophies. His influence on baseball, both on and off the field, will last for generations. He not only left an indelible mark as a player, but also as a mentor, commentator, and ambassador for the sport. The way Cone approached baseball, with a unique combination of intellect, technique, and character, teaches us that being excellent at something is not just about being the best at what you do, but understanding the true essence of what you are doing. And, above all, his legacy reminds us that the true impact of a person is measured not just by what they achieve, but by what they leave for others. Until the next journey, dear baseball-loving friends, amen.